Here's a brief overview of each assignment for this week. So the first assignment is that we're kind of digging into how we're going to be transforming our teaching and learning. So there's a video at the beginning of Module 4 to make sure that you watch. There's no readings to do in Mobile Learning Mindset this week, but if I did add up here that if needed, I have provided some office hours that you can sign up for. If you just would like to talk through how to use some of these learning models in your classroom or how you can set them up, please feel free to sign up for an office hour. It's totally optional. You do not need to do that. I just want to be here to help and support you as we move into this next phase of our course. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to kind of become an expert, and you probably have seen this because I talked about it briefly in the introduction video to this model. You're going to have 4 different options here. You'll be able to click on these in a minute. So I'll add those links in here. You'll be able to click on, if I really want to dive into gamification, I would click on that. It's going to open up a document for me. I'm going to study gamification. I'm going to become an expert in gamification. Then you're going to go find a scholarly article on your topic as well, and you're going to use that in discussion board number 1. So really spend a lot of time getting to know your learning model, because you are going to then create a lesson or unit using that learning model. So spend some time really getting to dive into it and get to know what it is and how it works that could work into your classroom. The next thing we're going to start doing is really starting to create our lesson or our unit. So you're supposed to pick a standard or a group of standards, whichever way works best for you. And the first thing we're going to do in the process is pick our learning model. I'm going to do personalized learning. That's the thing I'm most interested in. And then all 4 of these models really benefit by doing some flipped learning, having some videos available for students that they can go and watch, whether they do it at their own pace, whether they do it throughout the game that they're working through. So I want you to create your own instructional video. So you're going to create at least 1 video. If you want to do more, awesome. I feel like any instructional videos we can create and have in our back pocket are very powerful for students. So if I'm going to teach how to add fractions, I'm going to create a short video on how to add fractions. You can use this using any tool you want. So I'm using Screencast-O-Matic. You can use Screencastify. You could record a Zoom. You could create iMovie. You could just record yourself holding up a whiteboard teaching. However you want to do it. You come up with a way. If you're not sure how to create an instructional video, sign up for an office hour and I will help you on how to create an instructional video. Keep in mind that instructional videos, when I'm teaching a concept to little kids, should not be very long. If I'm teaching elementary, my instructional videos should be just a few minutes. If I'm teaching middle school, high school, maybe 5 to 10 minutes at the most. I shouldn't have a super long instructional video teaching them how to do this concept. And it should be something that they can easily follow along with, that they could go rewind and go back to. So you're going to create one of those videos. You do not need to send it to me unless you want my help with it. We're going to put it into our lesson unit that we're creating. So I will show you how to do that next module. So you're just going to create it this module. And then go ahead and start pulling things together. If you're going to do a gamified model, then start looking for what theme could I have? What game would I want to create? Do I want to create like a fun game board? What do I want it to be like? If I'm going to do a personalized learning model, do I want to create a playlist? Do I want to create a pathway? And I put examples of those in there as well. If I'm doing blended learning, what's this going to look like? Are kids going to kind of get to choose how they want to, or I'm going to have a set schedule? Monday's going to be in person, face-to-face. Tuesday's going to be online, and these activities will be online. Start planning it out. And just really keep in mind that we want to include a bunch of different activities when we're doing this. So I don't want to just create a personalized learning model where they're doing worksheet, 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 test, worksheet, 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 test. That's not effective. Maybe they're doing a worksheet, then they're creating a video, then they're playing a game, then they're taking a quick formative assessment, then they're collaborating with their peers to create something. So really think through using those 4 C's. That you're doing different types of activities for students so that we're really reaching all students and not just giving them paper pencil things. So start planning that out. Again, that's not due this week. We're going to work on this throughout the next few weeks and we're going to just build on it as we go. Then we started this last week where we started adding apps or tools or Web 2.0 tools or whatever it may be to this presentation. I told you last week you had to do 3 total, so you do another one this week, one last week, one this week, and one next week. If you've already gone on and done all 3 of yours, great, you don't need to do any more. And then our other big summative thing that we're kind of have been working on throughout the whole course is this post-pandemic kind of project, presentation, whatever you want to call it, because you get to choose what you want it to be. And here's kind of the things. I listed out the 3 things you should already have in your presentation, and then this is what we're adding this week. I want you to go do some post-pandemic teaching research. So I don't think you're going to find scholarly articles on this. It's going to be hard to find that, but just find articles out there. What are people saying? What are things that people are thinking we need to change, we need to implement, we're going to deal with? If you can find some related to technology use, awesome. And then kind of in your post-pandemic presentation project, whatever you're doing, just write up or show or include the articles and write up a brief explanation, reflection about what you found out. So in our post-pandemic teaching, I know that I'm going to have to focus on these things because this is kind of what happened to students during this time, and these are some of the tools that I might use to do that. You're also going to do that in your discussion board number 2. So that will just link right over there. It will be not an extra discussion board there. As I stated before, if you feel like you're just super lost on how to start your blended learning unit, please sign up for an office hour and I will help you. I can't sit here and tell everybody this is exactly how you start it because you all teach something different. So I gave you some ideas in the resources that I provided for you. There's a lot of stuff out there, but I'm also here as a resource. So sign up for an office hour. We'll talk through it. We'll figure out the best way for you to do this so that you have something that you can actually use next year. So please sign up if you feel like you need some help, or just send me an email if that's easier for you. And I can email back and forth. You can share a document with me. I can give you suggestions if you'd rather not sign up for an office hour. So either way, please use me as a resource. I want to help you plan these things so that we can make sure it's something that you're excited about and kids will be excited about, and that will help us through what will probably be a crazy year next year too, because we're coming back from a big, huge, traumatic event that we've all had to live through. So those are the assignments this week. All of them are kind of building up to those bigger, summative assessments that you're going to be turning in at the very end of the course. So just keep plugging away at them. If you feel like, gosh, I hope I'm doing what she wants me to do, please ask. I'm an open book. I want to help you. I try to list out in here what you should be doing, but that doesn't mean it's clear to everybody. So please don't hesitate to ask, and I will help you along the way. I am really looking forward to diving into these topics with you guys. Get very passionate about these topics. So I'm excited to kind of look into those with you throughout the week.